out the week and head into your weekend plans in about another 15 minutes.
All right, Michael, much appreciated. Super Tuesday elections drew to a close last night.
And that is from the presidential primaries in Oklahoma and special elections in Green Country. There is a lot to unpack here.
Yes, there is. 2 News Oklahoma's Douglas Braff joining us in studio to do just that. Douglas, what are the biggest takeaways?
Guys, by far the biggest takeaway is that Wagoner County clearly did not want higher sales taxes, even if that meant a new ambulance service. Voters said a resounding no to all measures on the ballot. 7 of the 8 measures would have raised sales taxes throughout the county. The measures sparked tense arguments at town halls and protests in the streets. Among these was Prop 4. That would have taken away reserve funding from fire departments to pay for the establishment of a county-wide ambulance service. We caught up with Oak Grove firefighter Jeff Riddle, who sees this as welcome news.
We will support a plan to increase the ambulance service in Wagoner County. We've stated that over and over again, but we cannot support a rob Peter to pay Paul.
Riddle tells us a plan to independently fund an ambulance service also fell through the cracks a few years ago. Moving on to presidential politics, there were really no upsets in the Sooner State last night. As expected, Donald Trump beat Nikki Haley in our GOP primary, with the former president trouncing his former UN ambassador by 60 points and receiving all the delegates. Now, we are just learning within the past half hour that multiple sources are telling major outlets that Nikki Haley plans to announce the suspension of her presidential campaign. We'll have more from Joe St. George later on in the show. Moving on to the Democrats, President Biden also met expectations, easily fending off Democratic challengers in the form of author Marianne Williamson and Congressman Dean Phillips. Biden secured over 70% of the vote and all delegates. The latter two each got about 9%. However, something historic about last night was the Libertarian Party, who hosted its first ever presidential primary in the Sooner State. Oklahoma Libertarians wound up choosing activist Chase Oliver. Live in the studio, Douglas Braff, 2 News, Oklahoma.